Hey there everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's great to have you here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really appreciate that. So we're going to be diving into news regarding Venom: The Last Dance. Guys, apparently the entire plot has now leaked online, which is very, very interesting indeed. But then I must say, we don't know if this is true, if it's not true. Take it with a pinch of salt. But if it is true, what I've read in this plot leak, it sets up a very interesting narrative when it comes to this movie. But guys, it goes without saying, spoiler alert, this could potentially be true. It could potentially involve spoilers. So if you don't want to know anything about the plot of the upcoming Venom: The Last Dance movie, you have been warned. So let's jump in and let's read and see what's going on with this movie. So this comes to us from comicflicknews.com. So, Venom: The Last Dance rumoured plot leak reveals villains and plans for Peter Parker. So, it was recently confirmed that Venom: The Last Dance will be the final movie in Sony's hit franchise. Yeah, they say that, but if it goes on to do really incredibly well at the box office and it makes like 900 million, even potentially $1 billion, I doubt it will get to that far, but you never know. If it does, then they'll be back and Tom Hardy will be back. There's no way they would leave all that money on the table going forward. So, the decision might stem from Tom Hardy's desire to move on or Marvel Studios' own plans for the symbiote. So, regardless, after the runaway success of 2018's Venom and the respectable post-pandemic performance of Venom: Let There Be Carnage in 2021, Sony is undoubtedly hoping to conclude this trilogy on a high and profitable note. Again, guys, potential spoilers for the plot of Venom: The Last Dance, you have been warned. So, the rumoured plot leak. So, this is where it gets juicy. So, let's read in and let's see what this plot leak has to say about the movie. So, while the movie remains shrouded in secrecy, a new surfaced plot leak for Venom: The Last Dance has been gaining traction on social media. According to the leak, Venom sets out to kill a 10-year-old Peter Parker to avoid suffering the same fate as many of his multiversal variants, death at the hands of Spider-Man. So this would tie into the post-credit scenes of both Venom's sequel and Spider-Man: No Way Home. However, Eddie bonds with the kid and decides not to kill him. He soon finds himself battling Toxin, the Jury, and a new group of symbiotes, with at least some of them targeting Peter. Juno Temple, is supposedly playing Lieutenant Patricia Robertson, while Chiwetel Ejiofor is taking on the role of Orwell Taylor, whose son is said to have been one of Carnage's victims. So, skepticism and speculation. So, while we're not entirely convinced this plot leak is genuine, it's worth noting that stories from previous Venom movies leaked online well in advance. That is very, very true, actually. With that in mind, it's not impossible that this leak could be accurate. There's also speculation that a 10-year-old Peter Parker might be the same variant as the baby met in Madam Web, until the critically panned flop became a standalone tale. Critically panned flop. That's a light way of putting that movie, that's for sure. It sounds dumb enough for Sony Marvel movie anyway. Yeah, I mean, they don't have the best track record. I mean, with Morbius and Madam Web. And I think Kraven's going to bomb as well. Even though Kraven looks incredible, an R-rated Kraven movie. And it looks all kinds of fun. I think that movie's going to bomb. But yeah. Anyway, and there is some potential here for a wild finale in the Venom trilogy. Check out the full potential plot leak in the X post below. So let's dive into this X post. Let's actually read what the plot leak says here. Obviously, we've just read a bit of it there. We've had a bit of a summary and a kind of a bit of a breakdown. But let's read what's going on social media and kind of read the whole thing in its entirety. So going over here to Twitter or X, whichever you want to call it. So this comes to us from Austin Medeiros, however you say that. The third installment in the Venom franchise from Sony's Spider-Verse, centering on the popular anti-hero. In this upcoming action film, the alien symbiote Venom learns through his multiverse hive mind that Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, is destined to kill him and his human host. The journalist Eddie Brock, obviously played by Tom Hardy, so Venom persuades Eddie to hunt down Peter in their own universe to change the future, a task which is complicated by the fact that at this point Peter Parker is just 10 years old. But after locating the child and kidnapping him before ultimately killing him, Eddie begins to have second thoughts, especially after Venom exposes the young Peter to normal spiders, and after a severe allergic reaction, Eddie needs to take Peter to the hospital pretending to be his father. I mean, that sounds kind of like crazy silly on the surface anyway. So Venom convinces Eddie to go and find Peter Parker to kill him, because in the future Peter Parker or Spider-Man is going to kill Eddie Brock. So Venom convinces Eddie to go and find Peter Parker to kill him, but then they end up befriending the 10-year-old. They expose 10-year-old Peter Parker to regular spiders, in which he has an allergic reaction. They go to hospital. Then Eddie Brock and Venom has to pretend to be Peter Parker's father. So, yeah, I mean, I can see how that can set up a funny scenario where Venom and Eddie Brock is pretending to be Peter Parker's father at the hospital. But so far, that plot sounds kind of crazy, kind of strange, a bit left field. Guys, let me know what you think of that so far. But we've still got more to read into, so let's keep going. So, but with the symbiote increasingly unhappy with Eddie's place as his host body, Eddie soon realizes that he has more to worry about with the appearance of a powerful new symbiote known as Toxin, an offspring of the murderous Carnage who has merged with Detective Patrick Mulligan, Graham, before vowing to destroy all monsters including Venom and the young Peter Parker. And when he spawns a new group of symbiotes, including one that merges with Army Lieutenant Patricia Robinson, Temple, who begins a new relationship with Eddie, this new deadly alien group threatens to unleash destruction on the entire city of San Francisco. But a new heavily armed group, known simply as the Jury, appears intent on killing all the symbiotes in existence, led by Orwell Taylor, Ejiofor, whose oldest son was killed previously by Carnage in an attempt to escape prison. And now, threatened on all fronts, Eddie must keep the young Spider-Man alive as he faces off against both a deadly new group of spawned aliens and a vigilante group that wants to eradicate him as he attempts to keep his own life from falling apart and prevent ultimate carnage from befalling the people of San Francisco. So yeah, guys, from reading that small kind of synopsis or that plot leak there, it sounds like there's going to be 3 different groups. So we've got Toxin and a group of symbiotes, kind of bad symbiotes, that are going to be destroying San Francisco. It sounds like we have that group called the Jury, which are hell-bent on taking out all the symbiotes. Then we have Venom and young Peter Parker. So Venom's going to be trying to protect the young Peter Parker and trying to protect San Francisco at the same time from destruction. So it sounds like all of this kind of madness going on between these 3 groups. But yeah, this plot leak sounds all kinds of crazy. Would I be happy if this was actually the plot of the actual movie? I think it sounds kind of cool. It sounds kind of fun. I mean, on the surface, it sounds a bit silly and a bit weird and a bit wacky. But I mean, if it has good writing, good dialogue, and a good script, then I think that they can mold this into something that sounds, you know, quite compelling and quite interesting. But guys, let me know what you think about this. Does this leak sound good to you? Does it sound crazy? Does it sound bad? Does it sound good? Let me know in the comment section. But anyway, let's go back over to the article and keep reading and see what else it has to say. So Chiwetel Ejiofor, known for his role in Doctor Strange, has secured a lead role in the upcoming prequel, although his character remains officially undisclosed. The prevailing theory among fans is that he will portray General Orwell Taylor of the Jury. Joining the cast are Juno Temple from Ted Lasso and Clark Bacco, known for Letterkenny, both in undisclosed roles. So additionally, we anticipate Michelle Williams to reprise her role as Anne Weying, also known as She-Venom. Tom Hardy, returning as Eddie Brock, not only stars but also co-wrote the story for Venom: The Last Dance with director Kelly Marcel. Marcel later penned the screenplay. Produced by Amy Pascal, Avi Arad, Matt Tolmach and Hutch Parker, the movie is set to hit theatres on October 25th. So yeah, guys, there we are. That's kind of the gist of what's going on with this potential plot leak for the upcoming Venom: The Last Dance movie. What do you think about this? Do you think this is the actual plot leak, or do you think this is kind of just a made-up story? Whatever your thoughts are, guys, just about it, about the plot in general. Do you think this sounds good? Do you think it sounds compelling? Do you think it sounds awful? Whatever your thoughts are, pop them in the comment section. As always, I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like and subscribe if you want more of these videos, and I will see you in the next one.